Okay, now I will show you the example of forms, how forms are displayed. So let's start now. We have some HTML stuff to do. Here I will show you, this is the index.html file. Now I'm going to use HTML5. Initially we are having a blank HTML5 where there only document type is declared and some basic PHP tags are given. Now whatever we have to write inside this body. So now inside body I'm going to give a form tag. I've explained you regarding the form. Now I'm going to give the form action, and there will be one more method that can either be get or post. First let's take get. I will explain you how get works, then I will explain you how post works. Action, if we keep the action as blank, then it will, after submitting the form, it will come to the same page. But here I'm going to use welcome.php as our action page, where the control will move once the form gets submitted. So here you can see the blank form with method get and action welcome.php. So here I'm going to write name, input type would be text because it would be a text box. Then I will give a name to it, that will be my name, and we can also give ID to it, but ID is not in our context right now, so we will leave it. Again on next line I will simply give a break, then I will write name, email, again I have input box for it, and again the type of it, that would be text again, and name of this field would be email address. So now if I see on page, we'll get two text boxes. Let's give one more break, that makes the things clear. Name and email. I think you are able to see name and email with text boxes. Now you can write anything inside this, name and email. I think it is clear to everybody. Fine. Now with this name and email, I can have type is equal to submit button, and I want some text to be printed or submit button. That I will do, click here. So now on the form you will be able to see click here button. Let's again give break. You will see name, email and click here. So value will simply be the text that will be printed over the button. Now apart from this text boxes, we also can have checkboxes. For example, we can have type is equal to checkbox with name is equal to check. We can have radio button, let's first see this checkbox. Here you can see the checkbox, we can check and uncheck it. Same way we can have radio button. Here is the radio button, you can see we have to select. Basically difference between checkbox and radio button is that checkbox gives you an option to select from multiple options. For example, you go to bank, you want to have credit card, you want to have debit card, you want to have online net banking, you want to have phone banking, then on the form you will get checkboxes for that. But if you have to select from multiple stuff, like you have to select either from male or female, that will be given using radio buttons. So this is the basic difference between a radio button and a checkbox. So this is the basic form. Now I will show you using the get method how we commit this and how we get the value of name and email address over the page, over the welcome.php. So in welcome.php, first if you people remember, I have explained a function that is set, and value of get and post variables we get in two array values, either $_get. If submit method is get, then you will get the form value is in $_get. Otherwise you will get value in $_post. So as our method here is get, so I will check here if is set $_get. So here I will print get values, print _r because $_get is again an array. So here you can see. So what will happen if I give name as Mohit and email ID as mohit@gmail.com. Now as action is welcome.php, so after click here I will move to welcome.php. So in get array you can see the my name, because my names of elements is my name and email address. So here you can see my name and email address on the welcome.php. Now if you people remember regarding get, I have told you yesterday that get simply appends the value to the URL itself. So here you can see I have moved to welcome.php because this was the action of my form, but after question mark you can see my name equal to Mohit & email address equal to mohit@gmail.com. So the get method simply appends the values, as this part after the question mark is called query string. So the get method simply appends value to the URL itself. Now I can bookmark. The benefit of get is that I can bookmark this page, and next time when I will simply print like this, I will simply access this particular URL, these values get printed. So this is the advantage and disadvantage of get that we have discussed yesterday. I will try to move to the slide for that particular thing. So this is get and post method I have explained. Now let me show you the difference between get and post. Now what I will do, I will change the method to post and I will submit my form again. Here Mohit and mohit@gmail.com. Now when I will click, you can see that, okay, sorry, here again I have to check because now data is in post. So I will check if is set $_post. Now the values are in post. So I will get the post array. I will not get the get array. Here you can see the get array is blank and you will get the values in post. Now find the difference. Here values are not appended to the URL because the method is post. In the post method, the values are sent in the background, and when you are using post, if you press F5, you will get this kind of confirm box. This simply means the values are sent in the background and you want to resend them. When I will click resend, I will get the values. So this is the basic difference between get and post. Now I simply want the views of you people. Are you getting get and post stuff? Okay, thank you Samajit. And what about you, Nusrat? I'm waiting for your reply, Nusrat. Okay, thank you, Nusrat. So this is about, now you can see the validation stuff. If you see this star appended, we can also do the same thing. We can simply, rather than using this TRTD right now because it is table structure instead of table, I will simply show you how we can append a star. Here simply you can append star like this. We have div and span. If you know, we can use span for it. We can append star to our fields that are mandatory like this, and you can see star appended to our fields. Now as I have appended star, star simply means that these fields are mandatory. That information I can write down on the top of my form. Simply I can just give a reference that star means mandatory. So here every field that is having star with it is required or mandatory. Or more specifically, I can write down required. So how I will check the validation of whether the user have entered name and email address. So here I can simply check, because now I'm getting data in post, so I will check if $_post my name. Consider only name is mandatory, email address is optional. So I will check my name. If my name is equal to, or simply there is a function in PHP that is called empty function that basically checks if a particular value is empty. If empty $post name, then I will do print enter the value of name. Else I will do print $_post, or I will simply print the value of name. My name is, I will concatenate is, so here I will check Mohit. I have left the email blank. I will click here. So here you can see my name is Mohit because I have entered the Mohit name. But what if I leave name as blank? You will get enter the value of name because I haven't entered the name. So this is the validation stuff, how we can apply the validation. So this is the validation kind of stuff that we can apply. Here it is checking if method is post. If empty post name, then name is required, otherwise print the name. So the same thing I have done. So this is just the same kind of example for phone and email is. So this is basic the validation that can apply. I've already explained the get method, that if I put the get, then I will get everything inside the query string as displayed here. If it is post, then nothing will get printed in. Here you can see the advantage and disadvantage of get. If get is used, then everything is appended to URL. Disadvantage is that there is a limit to which query string can extend. But in post there is no limit, but data now is not appended to the URL. It will be simply printed. It will go in the background. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of post on slide number 26 that I discussed yesterday. Now cookies. Let's have an example of cookies. Now yesterday some people had doubt that what are the cookies. So now let's create a cookie and I will show how the cookies can be moved to the further pages. Here I will define a variable $var is equal to 10, and now I will set a cookie, and for this cookie variable I will give my cookie name of this cookie would be my cookie, and I will give it a value 15, and I will give its time period for which cookie should be available. I will do time plus 3600. That simply means that cookie should be enabled for 1 hour. Now if I give a link on this page, because submitting a form simply moves the values to the next page, but if you click on a link, it never moves value to the next page. It simply transfers the control to that page. For example, I'm having a page that is called landing page.php. I'm just writing move to landing page here. So now let's move to welcome.php. Here I have defined two values where $var is equal to 10, and I have set a cookie that is named as my cookie and given it a value 15. Now I'm having a landing page. Now if I print these two values over the landing page, means $var and cookie value. If you people remember, I have told you that cookies can be accessed using like get and post. Cookie can be accessed by an array element that is $_cookie. So what I'm going to do here, inside the PHP tag, I will print $var and I will print $_. $_cookie, and the variable name of the cookie that I have created. Now see the difference. On this welcome.php, I have created a local variable that is $var. It can be given value, consider $var is equal to 10. Now if I click on this link, you can see, sorry, not on the landing page. I've already defined the value here. So on welcome.php, I have defined a local value that is 10 and I have set a cookie. Now I have told you yesterday, cookie and session are basically to move the values to the further pages. Now if I click on this link, that will take me to the landing page. Now you can see Where here $var is undefined variable because it's local variable, but cookie value that I have set is moved to the next page, that is 15. So cookies are basic cookies and sessions are values that are persistent for a particular time period that we define. Here the time period is current time plus 1 hour, 3600 seconds. That simply means 1 hour. So this is the use of cookie. I think everybody should be clear about cookie now. Is it fine? I'm just waiting for you people feedback. Okay, Sumajit. And what about Nusrat? Nusrat, is it fine? Okay, thank you, Nusrat. So this is the basic use of cookie. Now, I can delete this cookie. Let me show you how I will delete this cookie. Here on this page, what you have to do, if you have to delete a particular cookie, you will simply give a time that is behind the current time. I will do here time minus 10 means current time minus 10 seconds. So if now I try to use $cookie my cookie, it will not be printed. It will give you undefined index because now cookie gets deleted. Is it fine? So this is the way how cookies are created, how cookie gets deleted. So the same set cookie function is used to create the cookie and same set function is used to delete the cookie. Simply giving some time that is in past will delete the cookie. Here you can see I have given some time in past and it gets deleted. So now sessions. Let's go ahead with sessions now. Now cookie I have told you it can store a very few data, but session is used on large scale and that basically saves data onto the server. Now I will show you using the session here. Before using session, you have to write session underscore start. You have to start a session. Now you can define session variables by simply writing my first ses where is equal to my value. So this way session will get started. Now on landing page, if we want to have the value of this session variable, we have to first start the session here. Then we can simply print this value. So now here I have defined on the welcome.php, I have given a session variable, and if I have to move this variable to the next page, some other page, I will simply start the session on that page as well, and when I will click, you will get my value. So cookie and session are basically to move the value to the further pages, but session saves the data onto the server. On the other hand, cookie saves the value onto the browser itself. So this is the basic difference between session and cookie. I think now everybody is clear about session and cookies. Difference between accessing the session, you can access by $_session, as you can access post variable, get variables, cookies. So now, if your session is over, you simply have to destroy your session. So this way you have to destroy your session. Now your session will be destroyed here. Further, you will not be able to access $_session, my first session variable. Now, if you don't want to delete the session, you just want to delete this session variable. So what you will do, you will simply do print unset this session variable name. Now, if you try to print this session variable, you will get undefined variable because variable gets deleted. You have unset the value of that particular session variable. I think that is clear to everybody. Now, auto session, I have already explained you. There is a setting in PHP NI where you can set session.autostart value to 1, and you don't have to write session_start on each and every page. It will be auto start. So this is the stuff that I've explained you, that if you don't want to use the session cookie, you can append the session ID to your session itself. Session gets continued. It will not use cookies further. Now file uploading stuff. Let's move to file uploading. For file uploading we again need this form. So inside form I have given name and email. So apart from this name and email, I also want to have your resume. So here I will use input type is equal to file because it will be a file, and there will be name of it. It can be my resume, and when I see the welcome.php, okay, sorry, index.html. Now you can see browse link here, but you will not be able to save file once selected because here you have to specify the encryption type. That would be multipart form data. Multipart form data simply means that this form expects some file to be uploaded. So every time you need upload functionality, you need to define this encryption type. So here you can see a browse button. When you click on this browse button, you will get this kind of window where you can select your file and you can simply upload the file. Now let's create a blank document and I will let you know how the values get created. Let's keep its name as sample file. So now I have given everything. What I'm going to do, once you have uploaded the file, so as you see the landing page here is welcome.php. So on welcome.php I will get everything related to this file uploaded in file $_file array. So what I will do, if is set $_files, what I will do, I will simply print the file array. So here I'm going to upload a file that I've created, sample file. When I will click here, you can see $_file array gets printed with name is my resume because for the field I have given the name my resume. And here you can see the name of the file that I have kept is sample.file.doc because it's a doc file. Type of file is application MS Word because it's a MS-DOS, MS-doc file. Temporary name, this is the temporary name that this file is saved on our system with some temporary name. There is no error because file gets saved as temporary file. This is the size of file in bytes, that is 11264. Now this is the file uploading stuff that I have explained yesterday. Here you can see the action, the multi-part form data stuff, next the file type and size of the file, text box exactly, and then the submit button. When I click on the submit button, here you have seen that this kind of interface we are getting. Next, when we click in $_files, you are getting the file data like file name, file size, file type, and file temporary name. All these values are I've shown you on this. Here you can see name, type, temporary name, error, and size. The same way temporary name, size, type. So all these kind of stuff we are getting for the files. Now, if you can see in this example, we are using copy function. This copy function basically copies the file from the temporary location to the permanent location in the system. So I think everything regarding the file is given here, and I've explained, I've given you the practical example of each and everything.